Hello, everyone. I hope we're doing okay today. Guess who we're going to be talking about today? Samuel Harrison. Samuel Harrison was born into slavery in 1818. And you know where he's from? He's from Pittsfield, Mass. He actually has his home still there where he lived when he was a man. You can go visit his home site right there in Pittsfield. You know what? He first started out as a minister. He was a minister to the Pittsfield congregation, and I think he went over as far as Northampton. So he did a roundabout with the different churches, and people really enjoyed him. They loved his way that he spoke about the Bible, and they would love to go to his sermons. So he started out that way. Now, this was in 1818. As a young boy growing up, he went into the ministry and he started preaching as a young man. But in the meantime, the Civil War came in 1863, in the 1860s. He became a chaplain to the 54th Regiment. Now, that was a group of Black soldiers out of Massachusetts, and he was called to go and administer to these soldiers while they were fighting in the South. That's what he did. In the meantime, he was told that those soldiers would get paid the same pay as the white soldiers. And so he fought for that because when the war was over, everyone went back home. The government was refusing to pay those Black soldiers. And Samuel Harrison, Reverend Samuel Harrison, said, nope, that's not going to work, that they're going to get paid, and they're going to get paid the same, just as they were promised. That's what they're going to get. That's what was promised, and that's what will happen. So he fought very much so for those soldiers, and it was a long battle, but he was able to win it. Now, under his character strengths, we have humanity as the big bucket. And we know that he had a lot of love for his congregation because people would flock to come to hear his sermons. They loved him, they wanted to hear it, and he was taking care of his congregation. You know, there was funerals, there was births, there were weddings, there were just getting together. So he had a lot of love for the people and for the community because so many people flocked to him and wanted to hear what he was saying and what he was preaching about. And of course, the soldiers fell in love with him. They wanted to be around him, but he was fighting for them on another way. He was fighting for them so that they could get their payment. A lot of them had been hurt and had been injured. And of course, they should have their money. They should be paid. If that was what was promised to them, and that is what was promised to them, and he said that is what's going to take place, and it did take place. Those soldiers did get paid. And we know that was a kindness that he was fighting for his fellow man, that he wanted them, especially those that had been injured, but all of them should have got paid. But the injured ones who came home and maybe couldn't earn a living, they should have been paid, and they did get paid. There's generosity, there's care and compassion. He had a lot of compassion for the soldiers and for the congregation. And we know he had a lot of social intelligence because he was working with human beings all the time. He was working with them in their best moments, and he was working with them in their worst moments. So we are going to work on kindness in the classroom. We're going to figure out how we can be kind. One of the things we can do with kindness is active listening. We want to be listening to our fellow man whenever he speaks to us. We want to not be distracted by iPhones, computers. We want to sit down and really listen and be empathetic and show some compassion. Also, in kindness, Maybe there's something you can do around the home for your parents. Maybe you could take out the garbage or wash the dishes. I don't know in your household, but there's all kinds of kind acts we can be doing throughout the day, thinking of our fellow human being. So I want you to think of something when you come to the classroom, things that you could do that would show kindness toward another human being. And we will certainly keep talking about Reverend Samuel Harrison because he was such a wonderful man and he worked so hard on behalf of the people. He never tired of working for the congregation or for the soldiers in the 54th Regiment. So I will see you in the classroom and be thinking of that kind act that you can perform. See you there. Bye for now.